Yes, hello, hi everyone. My name is Gerard, and joining me today is someone who truly knows the ins and outs of the mortgage virtual assistance world. So today we're just going to talk all things remote work, real estate, mortgage, and the people who make things happen behind the scenes. So our guest today, Fred, is a seasoned mortgage virtual assistant who's been in the industry for years, helping loan officers, streamline their operations, stay organized, and close more loans efficiently. So today we'll be dividing into his journey, how he started working remotely, how he landed his first mortgage client, what his day-to-day looks like, and the key traits that make a great mortgage virtual assistant. So whether you're a VA, aspiring VA, looking to specialize in the mortgage space, or a mortgage professional curious about hiring one, you're definitely going to get a ton of insights from this webisode. So, without further ado, Fred, welcome to this webisode, and it's so great to have you here. It's been a while since we talked virtually, like face to face. So, how's it going?
Well, it's raining right now, so forgive me,
Mhm.
guys, if you hear some background noises. So, well, pr-
You're all
I'm good,
fine.
Jared. I'm good. So, thank you for asking.
So, Fred, we know that you've been, a veteran or seasoned virtual assistant. So, I'm just curious to know, when did you actually, started working remotely?
Well, I started working remotely way back 2015, and when a friend of mine worked in the industry for I think 7 years ahead of me,
Mhm.
so I didn't know that working from home or working remotely started I think 2008 as
Mhm.
far as I could remember,
Yeah,
and then he
around that
told
time.
me through Facebook or Messenger. He just or she actually mentioned that she's been working from home
Mhm.
since 2008, and
Mhm.
then I started to venture out, from the BPO industry, shifted to working from home. In 2015, I believe I started, to be exact, February 18th or
Okay.
something. So that's where my journey started.
February 2018. So it's been
15,
15.
twenty fifteen.
So
Yep.
it's been 10 years for you working
Yes.
setup. And this is a
Correct.
common question because some clients are are having this curiosity as to whether these virtual assistants are college graduates. Do you have degree? Do they have like prior work experience? And this is a very common answer that I give to them, that most virtual assistants have actually transitioned from working in a call center. So that's what BPO means, business process saying outsourcing. Is that right? Or business process outsourcing. So these are call
Yep.
center companies, and that is the industry that typically, virtual assistants, came from. So that's the most common, and some are teachers. And whether believe it or not, guys, I'm a nurse myself professionally, and transitioned into working into home base. So the background of the virtual assistant actually would vary, and yes, all or almost all of the virtual assistants that we place here at Remote Assistant Scout have college degrees, and some have passed the state board. So on a professional level, you're kind of like feel secure that they are in your own space in that matter. So, Fred, when did you start landing, a client from the mortgage industry? So you started 2018. So which industry were you from, prior to working in the mortgage industry?
So as far as I could remember, I started with real estate, and then after a few years, I think it was before or right before pandemic started. Um, Not sure to be exact, but I think early to 2019 or late 2018 when I shifted from real estate to the mortgage industry. So I've been in the mortgage industry 7 years now and counting.
So prior to real estate, I mean, with real estate, can you tell us more about your specific responsibilities and tasks working with real estate agents?
Well, it's very different. On the real estate side, you basically handle with buyers, seller leads. So it's either for sale by owners, expired listings, or you do circle prospecting, in which your client will provide you a certain area, and then you call within 2 or 3 mile radius. You call all the numbers that are provided to you, and then ask if they are willing to or is planning in selling in the near future or so. So on the mortgage side, it's very different because you are calling realtors now. So you are asking for business referrals from realtors uh, in order for us, mortgage industry, to have clients as well. So you're asking for referrals. And on the other side as well, since it's not new to me, one of my tasks as well is we do loan officer recruit. So I call loan officers itself, trying to recruit them from working from this brokerage, shifting to us. So the work is somehow the same, of course, because you're doing outbound calls, but the responsibilities, and then I would say it's really difficult in calling realtors because it's hard to get business from them, to be honest. But 7 years in the industry, I'm still alive.
All right, Fred. So, real estate industry, you mentioned about outbound calling. So you're calling home buyers, you're calling, calling home sellers as well. So, and it is just about the same in the mortgage industry. However, the type of leads are kind of like different. So you've been a cold caller, an appointment setter. So, have you handled any mundane and non-voice activities for your previous clients, regardless if it's in real estate or mortgage?
Well, each client would provide you a different task.
Mhm.
If you're not on the phone, they ask you different admin side.
Mhm.
For example, trying to organize their calendar. As a mortgage on the mortgage side, especially if you're a brokerage, you have different agents
Mhm.
that you need to attend to. So on our team, we have, I believe, 6 agents plus uh, my boss.
Mhm.
So I handle pretty much 7 calendars. It's kind of difficult for if you're not really organized. So you need to make sure that every schedule will be followed, and in case you have certain appointments,
Mhm.
you need to make sure that it won't overlap one certain appointment to another, because that would take
Mhm.
a big time from the loan officer itself. So
Yeah. So speaking about organization, so sometimes it's very tricky and sometimes you really have to, develop this workflow so that you guys could actually work efficiently. So pertaining to being organized, I mean, what are the tools that you're currently using, team communication or what have you, for you guys to stay organized?
well, pretty much we're still using email,
Mhm.
because usually a lot of agents are on the thread. So we use email
Mhm.
a lot, and also WhatsApp.
Okay.
Um, Through WhatsApp, you have real time. If you need to ask a specific question, or you need to confirm if that agent is available on a specific day, because on the Calendly, in which the platform that I'm using does not provide a specific time, and you need to ask that loan officer if, hey, are you available at this hour? Because on Calendly, it's grayed out. So at least on WhatsApp, you get on time answer from the agent. Tools, another tool also that we're using. So email, WhatsApp, soft phone. We use Ring Central
Okay.
as one of our platform for soft phone and calling out.
Huh?
And then also loan officer CRM, in which it's actually embedded with a dialer. So you don't need another third party
Right. Uh-huh.
phone phone system to get it to work to get it working. So loan officer CRM on the dialer
Mm.
tab, basically you have an a dialer already embedded on the system. So pretty much Calendly as well is one of the tool to organize the appointments of each lead and also each agent. And then what else? Google Sheet. All
Mm.
my tracker, I mean, all my appointments are there. They could, I mean, the agents can actually view real time as well. Each time I added specifically, not just the loan officer CRM will notify them, but they can go back and forth using the Google Sheet as well. And pretty much that's it that we're using. I mean, two of my clients are almost using the same both platforms. So
Okay. So the main gist of the responsibility is, more like recruiting new loan officers into your brokerage and as well as, setting appointments with top producers in your area so you can, amplify your business, correct?
that
So,
is correct.
yeah.
More loans, more transaction.
Okay. So I just want to know, how do you incorporate, the loan officer CRM into, setting appointments with these realtors or perhaps, with loan officer recruitment if this is something that you guys do?
So for loan CRM, loan officer CRM, pretty much you have everything in there. All the leads are there. They are usually organized, especially if you're using the Thor's hammer procedure. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday leads that you are calling on a different day. So you're never calling the same agent
Mhm.
all throughout the week. So every Monday you have different list.
Mhm.
Tuesday, different list. And then you could set up calendar or Calendly through
Yeah.
Loan Officer CRM. It's actually embedded already there. Automatically, it notifies agents through their personal email, or if you have like company email and so on. And then dialer is already there, and I believe
Mhm.
you can text,
Okay.
use email and WhatsApp on Loan Officer CRM. So pretty much it's a all-in-one CRM platform for loan officers.
So it made your job a lot more efficient when you incorporated the loan officer CRM since, you can do the calls there, you can send texts, you can send emails, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So right now, Fred, we've known that you've been in the industry for 10 years. So do you feel like you're successful in your career?
Good question. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, in my own opinion, I wouldn't be this successful if I'm not doing good.
Hmm.
And FYI, I've been with my client for I think almost 2 years now. This year, I mean, yeah, this year. So I'm going 2 years for both of my clients. So pretty much, I can say that I am successful with my client and with the mortgage side. So
Okay, so maybe there's something that, the aspirants mortgage virtual assistants, want to know. What skills do you think is essential or are essential to become successful in your field as, as a mortgage VA or as a virtual assistant in general?
well, to be honest, I only prepared 4 bullet points. First is mortgage industry knowledge. You need to know the mortgage terminology. I mean, basic. You just need to make sure that you're familiar with the different terminologies that the mortgage side is actually using. Second, is you need to have administrative and organizational skills, in which that includes file management, data entry accuracy. You need to make sure you don't mess up the information, especially the appointments. Also, you need to have document organization and follow-ups as well. It's most important, like on both of my clients, prior to the appointment, let's just say tomorrow, I have 3 or 4 appointments tomorrow set up. So I need to call them today just to confirm that they are willing to accept a call or the appointment or Zoom meeting or whatever for tomorrow's appointment. So it's actually important. Next one is calendar and email management. So by the well itself,
Mhm.
appointments are actually important. You need to make sure it's documented, not just there on the Google sheet.
Right.
The third one is you need to have a good communication skills. I mean,
Sure.
you just need to make sure that you have established a good conversation with realtors, especially realtors. They're really tough on the phone. Just
Mhm.
to let you know, especially the whales, in which they are doing probably 30 transactions per year. And lastly, you need to be tech savvy. Not really editing or which is very complex, but you just need to make sure you're familiar with the different tools that you're using. That's it.
Hmm. Wonderful. And I just want to go back into the tech savvy part because, almost Filipinos are kind of like exposed to laptops, to computers, you know what I mean, to
Hmm.
Microsoft Word,
Yep.
to Excel. So these are the basic tools that we've actually been using since middle school or high school for that
Right.
matter. So that is typically, one of the common questions as well of clients if the virtual assistant, knows how to use this software. So this kind of like an automatic thing, Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. So we're pretty much you know um, knowledgeable about about that tool. And for advanced virtual assistants out there, there are a lot of tools online that they're knowledgeable as well. Like for example, if a client is wanting to hire, a graphic designer or a social media marketer, so typically these candidates or virtual assistants are well versed with Canva, as well as with Adobe Photoshop, and
Right.
using AI, using Chat GPT. So we
Yep.
spoke about the skills that a mortgage virtual assistant needs to have in order to be successful. So in general, Fred, what do you think is the one trait that a virtual assistant should have to be successful in this field, like in general?
Uh, well, you just need to be honest with your client. Uh,
Honesty.
Prompt.
Sure.
Yep.
Mhm.
Prompt when you are being not really called out, but if your client like text you or email you, at
Mhm.
least you need to reply in a timely manner because I mean,
Mhm.
trust is really important. To be honest, that's the number one thing. Since we're working remotely, they
Mhm.
don't know if we're on
Right.
a computer or not. So yeah, you just need to establish those basic uh things that I mean, just to make sure that your client actually provides you, because I mean he to be honest, he's paying you, let's just say 8 hours. You need to make sure that you're 8 hours on the desk. So I think those are the primary thing. And then next one is you need to not just sit down and then do what you do, but you need to explore as well. So it's I mean, right now, 7 years in the industry on the mortgage side, I'm still using Google a lot. chat GPT a lot as well.
Mhm.
You need to make sure that you're updated, and you need to learn more because mortgage side is really, really complex.
Right.
Yeah,
Dynamic.
and then yeah, and of course you need to be indispensable. Not just they hire you to call, but you need to also do things out of your comfort zone in order for your
Mhm.
client to, oh, you know this stuff. Yes, I do. Oh, can we do it? Of course we can. So without the training, but since you're already knowledgeable on a specific thing that your client asks you, but you're able to do it. So
Mhm.
for me, that's the most important thing.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I guess the term is being reliable, especially in the
Correct.
workspace that we are working remotely. And
Correct.
the client, as you said, doesn't have any idea as to how we're working and if we're really working, and responding to them on a timely manner, not necessarily instantaneous.
Correct.
Can actually build the trust and confidence that, hey, this virtual assistant is really working, and they're right
True.
there in front of their computer, getting tasks done and getting the results that they want. So,
I totally agree.
mhm. So Fred, I mean, what's one thing that, clients do that helps you perform better in your role? So this conversation or this question is just really for, the potential clients out there, wanting to hire a VA and, and are asking if how it can help my virtual assistant perform better.
Okay. I only prepare like a few important thing. For me, I mean, in order for me to perform better, some client provide bonuses
Mhm.
if you're doing more appointments and then doing closings or
Mhm.
basically doing mortgage loans are being closed, not just referrals, but actual transaction. So you need to basically perform. And then also, really important for me is that my client also commends me on the hard work that you're providing
Mhm.
to them. So, for example, they provide me, both of my clients provide me, hey, Fred, we closed a transaction today,
Uh-huh.
and then there's an upcoming closing again next week, and it's a big amount. So the bigger the amount, I mean, the better, because interest.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, those are the important thing that I will perform better
Mhm.
is, of course, bonuses are actually, um, just add-ons.
Yeah.
But most important thing as a VA, you need to have personal goal.
Mhm.
So personal goal, weekly, I need to have 10 to 15 appointments per week.
Wow.
So that is actually my standard.
Okay.
And if I'm not making it, the next day I go. For example, I'm working 8 hours.
Mhm.
It's either I come in an hour earlier and
Okay.
then they extend an hour late as well, just to make sure. For example, if I got zero yesterday,
Mhm.
I need
Oh
to
yes.
get 3 or 4 the next day. So
Mhm.
that's my personal goal.
Mhm. So you typically overcompensate the next day because then again, in reality, not
Correct.
every day is a happy day with a happy results that, a virtual assistant will
Correct.
actually book 10 appointments for you per day. So sometimes that's entirely,
Correct.
impossible. So it is one
Yeah.
alternative that the virtual assistant could actually overcompensate the next day to cover,
Mhm.
those days that they haven't, set a single appointment. And yes,
Correct.
we are
Correct.
motivated, and it's really one of our solutions as well,
Mhm.
to get better results from the virtual assistant. So,
You're right.
apart from bonuses, Fred, what's your favorite part about, working with loan officers?
Well, since I've been working for 7 years already,
Mhm.
the terms, the workflow
Okay.
is almost the same from one client to another. So as long as they provide me the tools,
Mhm.
I mean, basically tools are important. I know what to do. So they don't need to provide me, hey, you should do this at this hour, you should do this, and then the next one you should do this. So they provide me a specific, hey, I just need you this result. I provide them those results. So pretty much I know the workaround without telling me, hey,
Mhm.
how are you? Did you did this? So no, I don't need like additional, not really. I do need some reach out from my client, but
Mhm.
I can work, you know, independently, shall
Yeah.
we say?
Yeah, that's a term. Working independently, working with reliability. So I guess these
Right.
are the words that could actually match
Hmm.
your own
Hmm.
description. And sometimes, it boils down to those traits because then again, we are working in a remote space and everything gets routine.
Correct.
You know, it's not like every
Yep.
day you are, bombarded with, with different tasks. And even so, I mean, in the long run, you know exactly what to do, what you need to do today, what you need to do tomorrow, whom we need to follow
Right.
up, whom we need to send an email to. It's kind of like
Hmm.
routine and having the initiative to perform those without, hearing back from the client or, hearing
Correct.
instructions from the client. So that's really a good trait. So Fred, again,
Right.
as a seasoned virtual assistant and to all of the aspiring mortgage virtual assistants who are watching right now. So, what is that one advice that you would give them, especially if they're wanting to specialize in mortgage?
Okay. I actually mentioned this earlier on the some of the questions earlier.
Mm.
You just need, I believe, five or six says here. First is, of course, you learn the mortgage basic first.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really important because you cannot jump from real estate to the mortgage side because it's a totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is choose your role. It's either you're on the administrative support or
Mm-hmm.
uh, document collection. I'm not, I mean, my wife does that.
Wow.
I'm more on the customer service and then follow up, and then, of course, CRM and then lead tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is you need to be familiar with the mortgage tools and platforms. Really important. I mean, as you reached out to me before, hey Fred, are you familiar with Loan Officer CRM? And then I said yes. I have a client for you that only specialize or only
Mm-hmm.
wants a VA who is really familiar with the tool. So of
Mm-hmm.
course I got the job. Now I'm working with him for almost 2 years now. So
Wonderful. Yeah.
really important. Familiar, yeah, familiar is with the tools. And then
Mm-hmm.
next one is you need to build a strong mortgage focused resume. So
Mm-hmm.
as through the years of experience, I
Right.
think I built that one. My wife actually asked or told me, how come you only last like 3 or 4 months from your previous client?
Mm-hmm.
And I just told her, it didn't work out. He has like a specific wants and need, and then I cannot
Oh yeah.
basically,
Mm-hmm.
do those. But as you jump from one client to another, you build this special skill. And
Mm-hmm.
then I believe that those skills, I actually used this one on my current clients.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them, I don't have any problems. And then just in case I have like emergency, like I cannot work, especially when the earthquake, last Was it last week?
Yeah, last
He
week.
just told me, take a day off, a day or two, take care of your family. So,
Wow.
without telling, yeah, without, worrying about that, you won't get paid for those 2 days, but of course, I still
Mhm.
get paid. Anyways, um, last thing I believe is stay compliant and confidential. Of course,
Mhm.
all your leads are actually, you know, uh, really confidential. You need to follow those for the privacy because you will encounter one client on a specific state and then also one client on a different state, but this client will or is also doing business with this state that your current or your other client has. So you need to make sure that those are not shared because it will be conflict of interest basically, so from one
Mhm.
client to another, and it's really important that again
Mhm.
you build trust from each of your client.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty much everything will be learned as you go through the
Sure.
process.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, those are the just primary things that aspiring VA
Mhm.
who wants to join on the mortgage side. So
Yeah.
I do apologize for the video. So yeah, I think yeah, that's all that they need.
I could agree more. And yes, indeed, sometimes with the matchmaking process, sometimes it will match with a virtual assistant and sometimes, it doesn't. So that's why our team is here to, to match you with the right fit virtual assistant. And it happens to clients, it happens to virtual assistants that, it happened both ways. That, hey, Gerard, the client is really not for me. Or, hey, Gerard, the virtual assistant is not for me. Can we redo the process? Okay, we can do that. And also in terms of, reliability, I guess, just being there, just being present, and, responding to your clients in a timely manner. You mentioned about emergencies that, you need
Hmm.
to notify them because at the end of the day, we are in a remote and, online world. There's really no
Correct.
excuse for not informing your client. You can just get data or you can just go in and go into a cafe and do some prior notification that, hey, I have an emergency, I just really can't work today, regardless.
True.
Yeah, well, unless it's really a death situation, a life and death
Yeah.
situation where you're the actual casualty, but we don't want that. Anyway, Fred, thank you. That was, an insightful conversation. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you as well.
journey and all those golden nuggets about being a mortgage virtual assistant. And to everyone who tuned in, we hope you picked up a lot of valuable takeaways. And whether you're a virtual assistant looking up to, level up your career or a a mortgage professional considering hiring one. So if you'd like to learn more about how a mortgage virtual assistant can support your business, or if you're ready to find your perfect match, don't forget to visit www.remoteassistantscout.com to schedule a phone call with our team. And once again, thank you, Fred, for joining us today. And until next time,
Thank you
this
as
is
well.
Gerard, signing off. Stay productive, stay focused, stay inspired, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a good day. All right. Yay!
Wala akong sinabi, grabe. Wala. Nakalait 45 na kadugay sa iyo. Recording.
Na